Yo, 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 what's up? How y'all doing? It's Coach Karvell Bailey. I'm on location right now. I'm actually in a place that's very special to me. I'm actually in the school, the high school that I grew up in, high school that I first played in, Rich South Stars. I am a star to the end. I am a star. But nevertheless, we're heading into we're now heading into playoff time. State playoffs, city playoffs, conference, regionals, whatever it is that your state may have. I know here in Illinois we have regionals, sectionals, excuse me, super sectionals, and then state. I know in other cities right across the border from us, they have sectionals first in Indiana, then regionals, then they go on. But no matter what you're doing, getting yourself prepared for this final run, right? It's been a long season. Coaches, players, and parents, it's been a long season. It's coming to an end, and we all want to finish on top of our game. So real quick, I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to give you 5 quick points, 5 quick adjustments that you should make. And this, I'm talking to coaches. Players, again, learn, listen. Parents, learn, listen. EOE, right? You know me, Coach Bailey, EOE. Everybody gets the same opportunity to be educated. That's what we do. But now check it out. The first adjustment, coaches, that I want you to make, and you know me, I always have my notes. Now, I left my notes when I was going to talk about, because I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about the whole defensive thing. Because at this point of the year, really, you can score. You know, you can be one of those players, or, you know, one of those teams that get up shots. But if you want to win, and I'm going to give you a nugget to begin with. If you want to win a championship this year, play defense. Period. Play defense. We saw what Bill Belichick did to the LA Rams. People forgot Bill Belichick was a defensive coordinator. At the end of the day, it's all about defense. But I get back to that later because I left those notes at home. But adjustment number one, when you know, let me know where you listening to this from. Let me know, hit share, hit like, whatever it is that you may do. But here are 5 things. Adjustment number one, strengths. Coaches, focus on your strengths. It's no time of the year to be worried about your weaknesses. Like we don't rebound well, like get stops then. You know, you might not rebound well, but you play great defense. So focus on getting stops, right? You know, you don't want to just forget about the rebounding, but at this point of the year, focus on your strengths. Focus on your strengths. If it's the biggest and best thing that I can tell you around this time of the year, focus on your strengths, period. Don't be going back spending a lot of time working on your weaknesses, because it ain't no time for that right now. You have to do what you can do to be able to win ball games and be successful. Adjustment number one, focus on your strengths. Adjustment number two, all right, this is a big one. And about 3 weeks ago, it's been a lot going on with me with changes in my, brand, my companies. And I heard God tell me, give more away. I can give it away because I know everybody is not going to implement it. And then that's what I do, right? You want to bring me in, want to hire me, I can help hold your hand and help you implement these things and show you how it's done. So I'm going to give it. It's up to you to take advantage. But adjustment number 2, blobs and slobs. If you don't know what blobs and slobs is, somebody put it in the chat. All right, if you don't know what blobs and slobs is, somebody put it in the chat. If no one answers it after that time, then I'll talk about it. But blobs and slobs, you want to be able to add 1 or 2 new blobs or slobs. You want to add 1 or 2 new blobs, 1 or 2 new slobs. Again, coaches, you don't understand blobs and slobs. That's why we're educating you. So we're going to make this a group education. We're going to see if somebody can answer what's a blob, what's a slob. The first person that answers what's a blob or a slob, I'm going to send you the first chapter of my book. I'm going to send you the first chapter of my ebook. All right, the first person that answers correctly what's a blob or a slob, I'm going to send you chapter 1 of my book. I'm going to send it, to your email. and just as a token of appreciation for participating. But you want to add 1 or 2 new blobs or slobs. They're going to come in handy because teams have been scouting you. Teams have been scouting you, so you have to add a little bit something new. All right, adjustment number 1 is focus on your strengths. Adjustment number 2, get at least 1 or 2 new blobs or slobs. All right. Adjustment number 3, change the name of some of your plays, coach. Change the name. Don't get your players totally confused. But let's say if you run 1 and whatever 1 is, well, maybe change 1 to, something that's comparable, but, they can get it, like Uno. Players on the same level as you're coaching aren't going to be able to pick that up real quick. Like Uno, maybe, and you might not want to, make it that simple, but you might just change 1 to blue, or, don't cross, like if you already have a blue, don't interchange blue and 1. That'll confuse them. But let's just say that, that your play is called UCLA, right? Well, you may want to change UCLA and name that Bruins. Does that make sense? Right? And now the coaches that have scouted you and have heard your play calls, the names of them, well, now they get confused when they hear this new name. Same play, new name. But again, we got new names and new plays for our slobs and blobs. So, they don't know if it's something new if you just change the name. So that's adjustment number 3. Change the name of a couple of your plays. All right. Adjustment number 4, 50-50 balls. You have to get 50-50 balls. All right. Right now, coming down to playoffs, it's a game of possessions. We know basketball is a game of runs, but it's also a game of possessions. You don't want to lose the game based on 1 possession. And the game doesn't come down to the last possession, but the game is about possessions. So each and every 50-50 ball that you can get is another possession for you. Now, what's a 50-50 ball? That's that ball that no one knows where it's going to fall, right? That's that ball. It may not be just a rebound coming up. It may be a loose ball. All loose balls aren't the ball that you dive on the ground and get on the ground for, but those 50-50 balls may come in any form of fashion, and you got to have those 50-50 balls at this time of the year if you want to win a championship. All right. Now, number 5, the 5th adjustment that any and all coaches should make. All right. Get some rest, right? You get some rest, but more importantly, get your players some rest, right? You have to be able to shift practice to make it at this time of the year fun, but effective. All right. Fun, but effective. So you may have a practice, if you have 2 or 3 days off, why are you going 150 miles per hour in practice? It may be a practice where you just may walk through some things, those strengths that we talked about, and it may be a day where you just shoot free throws, right? Doing some of those things because you want to save your players' legs. I remember year 2 when I was at Malcolm X, year 1. And, we used to run ladders all the time. And I felt like, well, keep running ladders, we're going to be in shape. And we were. But mentally, as well as physically on the legs, it does something to you, to your mind and your body. So allow for your players to be able to get some rest. You get some rest too, but allow them to get some rest. Not a lot of wear and tear on their bones, on their legs, and even on their mind. Be effective, be efficient, be able to do things now in practice that is more beneficial and means more than just 3-on-2, 2-on-1. All right. So those are the 5 adjustments that any and all coaches should make at this time of the year, coming down to the final stretch if you really, really, really are serious about winning a championship. All right. It's Coach Karvell Bailey. Talk to you guys soon. Share this with somebody that needs this information, that can use this information, and that can be helped by this information. All right. Talk to you guys later. Peace.